live from the Soarin Raptor Center. It's a cold one today. Even Victor, our velociraptor, is really upset, and he's complaining about it. So, so just be a little careful when you come up. It does tend to be a little bitey. So today we're going to talk about odds and ends. I don't know, I couldn't think of a better title, but anyways, so we're going to talk about some oddities in nature or some things that perhaps we didn't think about or maybe haven't been observing. So some odd behavior. So I start off with this one. This one was interesting. Kelp gulls normally feed on small fish, but apparently they're taking off after whales. And this is down in Argentina and off the coast of Argentina. And the kelp gulls have learned to swoop down and shear large pieces of flesh and blubber out of a right whale, when they surface. So when the whales come up, they go and they get a big chunk out, and then they go down. And the problem is, what has happened down here is that the Argentinians, to get rid of the garbage, just dump it in the ocean or dump it where the gulls can get it. And so they've attracted a lot of gulls, and also they've increased the gull population. And so the gulls are just finding new ways to find food. So so it's kind of an odd behavior, of gulls taking bites out of a whale.
Aww. Is it a dead whale?
Yeah. And here's a little odd behavior: nest switching. Okay. So if you don't like home, run away. They estimate that 40% of Spain's white stork nestlings abandon their parents partway through development and promptly sneak into a neighboring stork's family's nest. Don't like what mom and dad are bringing over, we'll go see what they're eating next door. So that's kind of one of those interesting odd behaviors, like what the heck? It's too bad my kids didn't learn to do that, go over the neighbors.
Yeah, right.
But when I was a kid, we kids used to go around to different neighbors at supper time.
Yeah.
And so, it was an expected thing. Another chair was pulled up and you joined the neighbors for dinner. So it was always a share thing. So I don't know if this is an adaptation or not, but it's just one of those curiosity things. This is a shoveler, which is a common dabbling duck. And what it does is it has that nice big flat wide bill, and it strains small organisms in the marsh that they find in the marshes that they inhabit. And duck hunters call them the neighbor's mallards because this is what you give to your neighbors when you're trying to be sort of friendly, but they don't taste very good. Yeah. So it's kind of like a left-handed gift, if you will, or something like that. So they taste unpleasant. And actually, there was an ornithologist, Whitmer Stone, way back in the 1900s, and he would write up the life stories of different species, and he would record in the life stories what they tasted like. And so like some of the seabirds that would dive down and eat kelp and stuff like that, he said, well, it tastes like kelp or like mollusk or whatever. So he would describe how they tasted as well. So in fact, a lot of the early ornithologists would. What you doing? Okay, I'm sorry. That's Monet behind me. She's
Come here, buddy.
doesn't know what he wants to do. Okay, so anyway, a lot of the ornithologists would eat what they collected. So they would skin out save the skin, and then they would put that in a museum, but they would eat the meat. One of the birds that's kind of interesting is the shoebill. This is a bird found on Lake Victoria down in Africa. Has a really big, wide bill. Looks very prehistoric.
Yeah, they're a neat bird.
They're a neat bird, all right. And one of their favorite fishes is lungfish, which is a very slippery fish, but so it's covered in slippery mucus. But it just takes that great big beak, and But one of these guys stands about maybe 2.5, 3 feet tall, very densely built. Okay, so so it isn't like a great blue heron. It has like a skinny neck or something like that. This has a really wide head, really block head. And so that beak there is like the size of a football, if you will. And, so anyways, they also will take turtles and baby crocodiles and anything else that happens to stand around. But yeah, they're really an impressive bird. Well, some other odd behavior. You've heard the expression, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Red-breasted geese, which is a small goose, and it's about the size of one of our little Aleutian Canada geese or whatever. They will often place their nest near a raptor, a nesting raptor. So up in the tundra there, they'll have their nest not far from like a snowy owl, a rough-legged hawk, peregrine.
No fear, huh?
And so this basically protects them because those birds will go after Arctic foxes and things like that and drive them away. And so the most successful nest for the little goose here, and also for snow and Canada geese, which also nest up in the tundra, is most success is usually held by a nest that's right close to a peregrine or a snowy owl, or And interestingly enough, occasionally, yes, the snowy owls or whatever may get some of the goslings, but typically they don't because they want the mammals, the lemmings, and other rodents that occur up there. So this is kind of an interesting behavior. And now these little red-breasted geese, they're really being protected. They were almost wiped out. They nest up on the Arctic Ocean. They're in north of the Ukraine and north of Russia, and then they come down and they fly on down, and they end up in Romania and in Bulgaria, and they're cute little guys. But the problem is, all along the flyway, there's lots of hunters that try to get them. Some other odd behavior. Oh, this guy here, the Hawatson. Okay, and Hawatson is really a beautiful bird.
It's a neat bird.
Yeah, it's a neat bird. Hawatson basically is a Mexican word that means big bird. So it has no other meaning. It's a member of the cuckoo family. It's kind of, but the interesting thing is it has a vegetarian diet. So it feeds on things like that's found in the water in the marsh areas. And but it stores the what it picks up in its there goes the old crop. Okay, in the crop where it basically digests it. Okay, and so it ruminates like a cow, and the processed food goes down into the stomach and powers the bird. And they say it smells like cow droppings.
Wow.
And, because you have all that vegetation that's fermented and rotting. So, so you get that nice fragrant smell of cow droppings. And it's not hunted. Apparently,
No.
nobody likes them because they don't taste good. Okay? So they taste like cow droppings. Hi, Monet. Monet's looking over my shoulder watching the program. Okay. But one of the interesting things is that these birds have claws on their wings. Okay, so at the, if you will, the elbow, and they can use that for climbing up into a sapling. So young ones occasionally will fall out of the nest and into the water, and then they can climb back up. Or sometimes, as a defense mechanism, if there's a predator around, they'll actually drop into the water and submerge themselves. And then after when they suspect that the predator is gone, then they'll climb back up using the wing claws, if you want to call them that. So it's kind of an interesting behavior that they do. But so I've been near Watson's, but I never noticed that they smelled like cow droppings. But then again, they're usually around fields where there's cows, so you may not notice it.
That's better than fish or birds.
Yeah. So another odd bird or odd adaptations is the oil bird, and it's related to nighthawks. It lives in caves, and it's nocturnal. It feeds on oil palm and tropical laurel fruits, and basically what it does is it goes out and it actually hovers Okay, uses its vision, okay, to locate, or it can actually has a good sense of smell, and so it can locate ripe fruit, and it'll hover at the plant and pick off the berries. It has a very high rod count, the highest rod. Somebody spelled vertebrate wrong. Oh well, it's hard to get good help. So the rods are what detect light levels. So it has the highest rod count of any vertebrate, and so it can see well in the dark, and it also has rudimentary echolocation. So when it goes into caves, it can find its way about by this real basic echolocation. And they call them oil birds because you can imagine from the oil palm fruits and the laurel fruits, they get a lot of oils on there, and it gets out there on their feathers. And the people used to grab these birds and kill them, and then they would use them for torches. They'd actually sit them on the end of a post or a stake or something, and then light them a fire and use them as torches because they're so oily. So anyways, one of those interesting things.
Excuse me. There.
Another odd bird with odd adaptation. Why do I keep hearing?
I turn it off, but as soon as I can't get to it,
Okay, that's all right. Okay.
that'll be the last.
Okay, so this is an osprey, carrying a fish. And two things that's interesting about ospreys. One is they have a lot of oil on their wings, so the wings are coated so that they're more waterproof than many of the other birds that you find in water areas like cormorants and things. But the most interesting thing is the fact that I think I've told you before about about birds of prey that have the three toes forward and one backward. Well, what the osprey can do is he can actually turn the third front toe around to the back so it can help carry the fish. So you can see here how he's turned the one toe back, the third toe is back around. So here he has the hallux, and then the third toe, and then the other front two toes. So he can carry his fish. And you notice it's facing forward, so it's streamlined, so better flight, so it's not flopping around. So that's an interesting adaptation that the birds have gotten. So some other ones, I like to talk about some of these guys with the beaks. This is a wrybill. It's a kind of plover. It's smaller than a killdeer, and it has a bent beak. If you notice that it's bent off to the side. It's found down in New Zealand, and it feeds in rivers, basically, I would almost call them flat rivers. They call them braided rivers. So they're just real shallow, and the water just goes through, and it looks like a braided pattern of these all multiple streams and stuff going through there. And what they do is they go looking for invertebrates. That's spelled better this time. Okay. And what it does is it inserts its beak under the stones and pops the stones up, and then gets the bug or whatever invertebrate's hiding underneath there. Okay. Another odd adaptation is the flower piercer. This is a nectar-feeding bird, but it's about this size. It's smaller than a sparrow, and but it doesn't have a long beak, and it can't hover, so it can't probe flowers like a hummingbird. But instead, what it does is it has like a hooked end to the beak, and it pierces the bottom of the flower, and then sucks out the nectar. Sunbirds found in Africa and Asia also do a similar thing where they bite the end of the flower stem, and then they suck out the nectar. So some really interesting odd adaptations there. Oh, this is a beauty. This is a frogmouth. It's related to nightjars or nighthawks.
They are neat birds.
They are a neat bird. Really have a big gape. So they stand about 1.5 feet tall, and they sit upright in a tree, resembling an old branch. And then when a small bird, frog, lizard, or dragonfly approaches, the mouth opens. Expands open, quickly drawing in the hapless animal, and they say it happens so fast you can hear the snaps 100 feet away.
Oh man.
So they're an interesting bird, and again, nighttime, but they don't pursue like a nighthawk would or something like that. Instead, They just wait for dinner to come to them. What lazy birds. Okay. Well, okay. I had some others with ends, but then I thought maybe since this is a PG rated thing, I'm not going to talk about the ends because there's some really interesting ones out there.
Good decision on your part.
Yeah, I think it was a good decision on my part. Yeah, but anyways, there's all these things that birds do out there, you know. So look, watch, see what they're doing, and there's a lot of odd adaptations. Look at some of the things that the birds learn. It's you have the the worst one was that in Europe the great tits. If there's bats residing in a bird box, the great tits will go in and kill them and then drag their bodies out and throw them on the ground. That's kind of like, oh my goodness, what kind of beast are they? So, but they're sweet little birds, So there's some of that, and so there's all kinds of things that are going on out there that take wrens for instance. Wrens will go around and pop the eggs of other birds that try to nest, like bluebirds and things like and finches. So there's some really interesting bad behavior out there, But the thing is, just go out, enjoy the birds, and wildlife is just wonderful. And so, in conclusion,
Okay.
well,
Wow.
yeah. So we got some upcoming events, but they're way off. Okay. So we have basically March is just really empty as far as public events are concerned. So it's not going to be until April. We got a few more that just start coming in, and I haven't added them in here yet. So but if you go to Northwoods Village, okay, we're going to be out there. Trinity United Methodist Church Daycare, going there. We're going to the PB Pioneer 4-H Club, and we're going to be doing a program there shortly. Jefferson Township 4-H Clubs, the Lakewood Christian School, Women in the Outdoors. We're going to be out there. That's going to be fun for you ladies, so sign up for that. It's going to be a lot of fun out there because, of course, there's me there, but there's also they have the archery range set up, skeet shooting. They have they're going to be teaching you how to handle firearms, things like that. And we're going to go visit our friends up to Goshen High School again. We're going to see how that works again. And we're going to go right down the street here to Huntertown Elementary and see if we can embarrass the teacher down there. So if you're to some of those places, we'll be there. Poor Nicole. So I want you out at Soarin Hawk, okay? So we can use some more volunteers out here. We have a lot of we have a lot of need for people at different times of the day for a lot of different chores and tasks and that. Maybe somebody can come up with some good ideas for the Wednesday program. And so we want you, okay? And guess what? Valentine's Day is coming up, guys.
Yeah.
So, and just in time for that, we have Happy Talentine's Day, okay? From Soarin Hawk, and you can just call us Cupid. So we can, as a gift to yourself or a loved one, or, a loved one. Yeah, you love yourself, right? We can provide the ultimate gift for your favorite raptor. Capture the heart of your favorite raptor Valentine and give the gift as unique as your love. Aww. So, happy Valentine's Day from Soarin Hawk. Okay, so you can help, a fun way to help you celebrate, As a gift to yourself or loved one, we can provide the ultimate gift for your favorite raptor. For a small donation of $15, we will not only tell them it came from you, but during the week of Valentine's Day, 2/14, we will randomly select and video one Valentine per day. Yay. Oh boy, yeah. So and there's a lot of great choices out there, So starting on February 1st, you can choose which raptor you'd like to send a Valentine to. There are a few of the birds actually waiting for your gift. Oh yeah, there's Precious Puck, the sweet screech owl, captivating Chewbacca, the enchanting Eurasian eagle owl. Boy, somebody come up with some really,
Alliteration.
yeah, I can't even say that word. All of a sudden, I just can't say that.
Yeah.
Alliteration?
Alliteration.
Yep, alliteration, yeah. And we got marvelous Mr. Jefferson, the blushing, balding. I've never seen him blush, but okay, I'll take your word for it. We have Hawkeye,
Heartthrob.
Heartthrob.
Yeah.
Looks like there's too many T's there. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, the bewitching broad-winged hawk. There's gorgeous Ginger, the ravishing red-shouldered hawk. There's the eloquent Air, who's standing right behind me here. Yeah. And the touching turkey vulture. There's angelic and Athena, the graceful great horned owl. I don't see Monet here. We're still working on it, huh?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The monkey-faced Monet. Okay, I don't know. So capture the heart of your favorite raptor Valentine and give the gift as unique as your love. Could be a mouse, could be a rat, could be some venison. Ooh boy, could be some fish. So a really nice, decent way to treat our birds. And Valentine's Day. So, you can adopt a raptor, okay? Go to our website, and you can see how you can get adopt a raptor. You'll get an adoption certificate, a photo of your bird, and the bird's history. So, so you can get it for yourself, or you can adopt it for somebody else. There's the Raptor Adventure. You can come out here. You can come and tour and see the birds. And meet everybody up close. Well, as close as the fence will let you. Okay, yeah, and but you can get your picture taken with your favorite bird or your favorite bird care person. Okay, bird handler. Yeah, so so we allow that. We may charge a little extra for that. Right?
No.
I'll take M&M's.
Okay. And don't forget, we do all kinds of programs. We do schools, homeschoolers, community groups, scouts, churches, retirement homes. We'll do birthdays, weddings, Eagle Awards, block parties, and baby showers. So, come on out or, let us know and we'll show up, okay? And don't forget, you're going to be buying Valentine's Day presents for your sweetheart. So, you can designate Soarin Hawk as your charity and we'll get a small percentage. We get a half of 1% of what you buy. It doesn't cost you anything. So, go out there and spend frequently and spend mucho, right? Kroger Community Rewards, if everybody needs groceries, so if you have the community reward tag, go ahead, designate us as your beneficiary. And I was just informed that we're going to get $428 for the last quarter.
Oh, nice.
So that's nice.
Yay.
We have 150 families signed up, and that's all helping us out. And so it should work out real nice. So, and let's see what else. Don't forget, Jeff, Aaron, Poe, they need fish. All right, guys? Yeah, they're all sitting here.
I love
It's all over
fish.
me.
Yeah, so they need some fish. Help! Oh, there goes the thing. Someday I'll get this all worked out. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So. So we'll see you next week, and when you drive by, keep your eye out for Victor, the velociraptor. He's around here somewhere, but he can be a little snappy, okay? But we have some guests here in the Peanut Gallery, so I'm going to turn this thing around and see if I can make this work right, or maybe I won't, okay? And let's see who we got here. Oh,
There.
this is Air. And that's Jillian. And Jillian's holding Air, and Air's giving us the air. Wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Got those wings out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
He's been in a cage. I gotta
yeah.
get my wings out.
Yeah, he's been inside. It's been a little too cold outside for him. So he's, so,
Yeah, you're a good bird.
yeah. And right over here is Poe. Hey, Poe.
Yep, and Poe.
Hey, Poe. Yeah, Poe knows his name.
Yep, he's sitting comfortably.
Yeah, he's comfortable. Yeah, he's watching the old guy here, hoping he drops over. Yeah. And who's this over here?
Sleepyhead.
Sleepyhead.
Comfortable as he can be. I can't believe he's just
He was sitting here over my shoulder the whole time, watching what was going on.
preening. And
Yeah. He was attending. One of the wise old owls. Okay, so he was,
he's
so
a Valentine.
yeah, so he needs to get something for Valentine's Day, don't you, Monet? So it's always great out here. It's a little cool. So some guys are inside, staying warm. It's Gigi. I forgot to introduce. Yeah, so.
Thanks, Bob.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she's stuck with me. So
We've been doing this for almost 2 years, I think, Pam.
yeah, something like that.
There's a nice rouse.
And that's the neat thing. All these programs are stored on Facebook,
Yep.
so you can go back and you can look at them, and there's all this information isn't just for our non-members, if you will, but this is for our staff and everybody else. There's always stuff to learn about birds, and so some days, it seems like it doesn't apply, but you know what? Sometimes you learn something that's applicable to these guys. So everything that you can learn, it works well. And Lynn was smart. She got out of here, right?
Yeah.
She didn't want to show up.
She's working over there.
Yeah, she's cleaning the turkey vultures.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Let's go see Lynn.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
You're okay.
You're okay.
Come on.
All right. It's all right. It's okay.
Oh, okay. It's okay. There we go. Yeah, up. There's Lynn. Yeah, Lynn's working hard. Say hi.
Bye.
Hi. So,
Bye.
bye. So, Cheyenne's in here. It's a little cold for Cheyenne. And let's see, we have, the Air and Poe's cage is all cleaned up. Sherman's back here. Skylar's back here. So we have a place here in the wintertime when it just gets a little bit too cold outside. We do bring some of the guys in because some of them are injured and need to be taken care of. So anyways, I'm going to be signing off. And so you guys all out there, stay warm. Remember, it's really exciting out here. We always have all kinds of stuff. Oh, he's stretching. He says, yeah, finally, it's over. So
Pressure's off.
okay, so goodbye, everybody.